All right, Daniel.
The meeting tonight is for the conduct of town business by the town board. The public is invited to participate at the items marked on the agenda public comment. During that segment of the meeting, if you have a question or comment for the supervisor, please raise your hand and wait to be acknowledged. Please state your full name and limit your remarks to 3 minutes. Thank you for your anticipated cooperation.
Thank you. April 24th meeting tonight. I need to amend the agenda. I need to have an executive session at the end of the meeting, and it's going to pertain to TOMVAC and contractual agreements with WND, the contractor on the job. I need to update the board on some issues. So I just need a motion to add executive session.
I'll make the motion to add the executive session at the end of the meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so moved. So I just need a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
I make the motion to approve the agenda as amended.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so moved. Okay, can we please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence for all those men and women who sacrificed their lives to give us the opportunity to serve our country, our state, and our town. Thank you. All right. So I already did a motion to approve the agenda. So I need a motion to approve the minutes from the April 10th, 2023 Town Board meeting.
I'll make the motion to approve the meetings of April 10th, 2023 meeting.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, so moved. I need authorization of payment of bills of $824,398.54. Need to pay the bills. And this one, is just so you know, is a lot of it is water billing, insurance, items like that. The water billing alone was like $480,000, so it's hit more than half of it. So I need authorization to pay the bills.
I say pay the bills.
Yes, thank you, Ed.
I second the authorization of paying the bills.
I appreciate that. And I'm sure that all those people out there getting checks appreciate it. But thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So moved. Supervisor's update, I'm going to skip that tonight because we're going to talk as we go. Presentations, I don't have any presentations, but I'll use this time if the board wants to ask Mark any questions about, it's on Dock Road, which is the Layton Properties project. As you know, tonight we have a resolution to start the zoning change on the property. And then it would get handed off to the planning board. We're just going to be lead agency for the zone change. So do you guys have any questions for Mark while he's here?
Okay. You want to
Just come on up here, Mark, if they have any questions. We got, this is the map that's going to be changing. So let me go back here. So everybody got a chance to look at the resolution, but also, so you know, we have actual 4 parcels down there, 1 industrial, 2R, and 1 R1. We're actually looking to change everything to R, which will allow this project to move forward. The industrial zone has not been utilized in probably, gosh, I can't remember when, 50 years?
I think it's even longer than that.
Long time. So, and then for the public, which ain't many here, but this is the property, here's Dock Road, and all this property that's in the highlighted blue area is part of this project.
What's the total acreage on that, Mark?
I think I want to say 24, but I'm not certain.
Yeah, it's roughly 24, 25 acres
Okay.
combined.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right. And our concept here was we were sensitive to not create issues outside of our property. So the way the map is, you have an existing, as the supervisor said, there's an existing R zone, so we're just going to expand that. So we're really taking an existing zone, but only affecting our property.
Okay, so-
if there was an existing use, I'm not hurting, like making a business now be in a residential zone. We're just affecting this.
Okay, so is it going to be all residential units? Is there going to be any units, like, towards the front where it's going to be commercial, like?
That might be a phase 2, we're not sure. Right now, the site plan that we're coming in with is only a residential project. But the residential project, it's gonna have its own amenity, like a clubhouse, something of that nature, but not what you're thinking like on 9W, we maybe have a mixed use or retail or restaurant. That right now is only in our thought process. We don't have anything on paper with that concept yet.
Well, like Bayside, the front of it is going to be commercial use.
Right,
So actually, business development, highway development.
we are definitely open to that. Right now, we're focused on the residential. We don't have actually ownership or control over some other parcels right on 9 that we would need to really maximize that idea. But right now, it's just residential. But I do suspect that we're going to come back with a commercial component.
So right now, like I sent the board, this is the actual conceptual plan up here. Residential, I call them townhouses, they maybe call them condos, but they're pretty good size units. And
What's
it's
the
good.
average square footage on
They were anywhere from 18 to 2,100 square
Yes,
feet?
right. I think 18 is the minimum.
Yeah, 18 to 21, so they're
Yeah.
pretty good size plans.
Yeah,
With a garage, I believe, on each one.
yes.
So, you're taking a unusable piece of property and they're gonna make it into a beautiful piece of property, so.
And like on 9W, you got that house that's coming out of there, and all that stuff, correct?
That's things that could be in the future.
Right, we're not sure. We don't have control over that house yet.
And you haven't talked to DOT about if you're gonna have to put another road in or anything like that yet?
Those talks have all started, so that's going to really trigger when we get into this process. We're going to start the environmental review. So DOT, we have had preliminary conversations with them, and we are on their radar. And so we're certainly going to be talking to. That's all part of the secret process. So we've actually started our traffic study already. So we'll be turning that information into the town and over to DOT. They're going to be an involved agency here, so we need their approval as well.
Yeah, what has it been, probably a year ago, or maybe more now, Mark, we had the gateway meeting with the county, ourselves,
Yes,
and
yeah.
DOT. So they know all about this project. They're all very supportive of the project, yeah, and like we said in that meeting multiple times, yes, the in and out of the project is on their radar.
Yeah.
And I know you guys know that's on their radar, so they're taking it seriously, and they started their, like you said, their investigation into the road and the highway studies and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's going to ultimately determine some of those other things that happen with the upper properties. But the upper properties are not in their possession as of yet, and it all depends on what people want for them and if their ability to purchase them if they can. But they're not going to pay something that's outrageously crazy for something, right? So they have the property, that's their main concern right now, residential. And then from there, they can expand, they will, if they can. So,
What kind of duration are you looking at? When do you, what's your target date? 25, 26, 2025, 2026? What do you think? It's going to be a 2-year, 3-year? What's the duration you think you're looking at this?
For construction?
For construction and completion, it's like a 3-year process, 4-year process? What are you looking at?
I don't think it's going
Roughly.
out 4 years. We're just getting started now, first quarter of '23. The environmental review is going to probably be 8 to 12 months right there. So we have approvals into permits. We're already into '24. So maybe coming online late '25, like third quarter '25, September maybe. We can. so I'm the attorney, I'm kind of speculating over the process, but I can, we'll update you on that. We're gonna have to show you a construction schedule for our final approvals anyway,
Yep.
so, yeah.
And I mean, most planning board, as you know, you've been on the you're on the planning board. I mean, most stuff's 2 years that they get approval for, or they have to come back. So most of these people that develop these want to get them done as quick as possible. The quicker they're done, the more they recoup their money quicker, right? So
Time is money.
time is money, as everybody says, and I don't see any issues with them moving forward once, if they could get over all the hurdles that are in front of them. And this is one of them that's on the agenda tonight. So it's a big one.
Yeah, this is really tough. I'm really pleased to be here. This is kind of a first formal step. We've had some informal meetings, planning type stuff, but now we're here really kicking it off, and we're very excited.
Well, thank you for investing in our town, for sure.
I can't say enough about, the reception that we've had from the supervisor, from your staff. I mean, everyone up here has been really terrific. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Other question, these are going to be bought condos, right, not rented, or are they going to be rented?
No, right now the plan is for the purchase.
Because I know most of the condos now are renting around here, that's why I was asking.
These are for sale, Ed.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's a
100%, yeah.
for sale project.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a for sale project. That goes into sort of the finishes and we're looking for a very high quality product.
Anybody else? Well,
Not that
thanks.
rentals are, it's just.
No, I understand. No, I'd rather not have rentals, I'd rather have somebody investing in the property.
Exactly.
Well, thanks, Mark. I appreciate you coming.
Oh, sure, thank you.
If I hit that again, I'm going to shoot myself. All right, so then let's move on, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
That freaking light.
So any comments on the agenda? I would assume no one's out there, so no comments on the agenda. So the new business, the only thing I have for the board, I had sent you the letter from our attorney
Yep,
about the King property.
yep.
So basically, I need a motion, if the board so chooses, that we formally start the process of accepting the donation of Mary Beth and Dan King's parcel that they want to separate from their property and connect to Sands Avenue property down at the dog park. And
I'll make the motion to move ahead with that.
you make a motion?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good, thank you very much. Thanks, Dave. Okay, so that's all I had for new business, unless you have any new business. No new business? Workshop topic is just open board discussion, so
We're going to be doing
I would assume if you don't have any new business, we don't have any other questions? And I only have a couple correspondence, so that's not bad. The King's property?
He made the
Yeah.
motion, I seconded it.
So one thing is, a public notice is for early voting, 2023. This has been sent out to the judges just for our awareness at this point. I don't believe we're going to have any issues with this, but early voting this year is going to start October 28th, and it goes to November 5th. Would be in this courtroom, meeting room. Most days are 9 to 5. Some days they have, like October 30th and November 2nd, are 12 to 8. So it gives people opportunity to come late. So just to give you guys awareness that early voting, so this courtroom and meeting room won't be available during those times.
What was the end date, sir?
Yep. It's November 5th, but then you also have November 6th is an off day, which no one could come in here, and then November 7th, which is election day. So it's October 28th to November 7th, basically.
My birthday. October 30th, do we have a meeting that night, Monday to 12 to 8? No? That's 5 Mondays? It's 5 Mondays in October, probably.
We
Okay.
luck out. And then I got one correspondent to the Town Board of Marlborough. I'm kindly asking your permission to waive the fees to use the pavilion at Cluid Chance Park for the Girl Scouts end of the year bridging ceremony and picnic. We are a non-for-profit organization that gives back to the community at large. We have used the facility in the past and would appreciate your consideration again. We requested the use of the pavilion, kitchen, and grill on Tuesday, June 20th, 2023, from 5 to 8. Respectfully ask the board to grant the request. This is from Jolene Gare, Troop 60174. Troop leader.
Boy Scouts,
Girl Scouts.
Girl Scouts.
Yeah, Girl Scouts.
I'll make the motion to waive the fee for the Girl Scouts on
June 20th. Yep.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Okay. Any public comments? Anybody out there?
Chief?
Wow, this is going to be good. All right, so we go right to our resolutions then.
We got lots of-
Resolution 56, to accept the highway item bid. Supervisor Corcoran proposes the following, whereas a legal notice appeared in the official newspaper of the town of Marlborough requesting the bids of materials for the town of Marlborough Highway Department, and whereas on April 12, 2023, were open and read aloud. And item number 1, road materials, JKN, item 4 at 2475, E. Tetz and Sons, item 4 at 2925, JKN, 3/4 inch stone at 30.25, E. Tetz and Sons, 3/4 inch stone at 3750. Item 2, material hauling, JKN was the only bidder for material hauling. Whereas the superintendent of highways has recommended the following: item 1, road materials, JKN trucking; item 2, materials hauling, JKN trucking, only bidder, and moves for its adoption.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Resolution 57, this is for the zone change, to authorize the town board to declare intent as act as lead agency and to refer to the planning board at the Ulster County Department of Planning the application of SDL Marlborough LLC for the proposed petitions for the zoning map amendment and zoning text amendment for the multifamily residential development on Dock Road. Supervisor Corcoran proposes the following, whereas on or about April 7, 2023, SDL Marlborough LLC, the developer, by its attorney, submitted a petition for rezoning to the town board of the town of Marlborough in connection with the development project proposed for certain real property located on Dock Road in the town of Marlborough, the property. And whereas the developer wishes to construct a multifamily residential project at the property, and whereas the developer of the property, the developer must obtain various land use approvals, including without limitation a zoning change and site plan approval, collectively the approvals. And whereas the applications for the approval shall be subject to independent review by the town board, the planning board, and any other involved agencies, such review shall include without limitation secret review. And whereas the proposed rezoning consists of the following, and I'm not going to go through all this. Now therefore be resolved that the town board declares its intent to act as lead agency for the coordinated review under SECRA for SBL Marlborough LLC petition for rezoning, and 2, the town is directed to circulate notice of its intent to act as lead agency for the application to all involved and interested agencies pursuant of 6 MYCRR Part 617, and number 3, the town board refers SBL Marlborough LLC petition for rezoning for the proposed development project and property located Dock Road to the planning board for its review and recommendations pursuant of Town Code Section 155/49. The foregoing resolution was voted upon with all councilpersons voting as follows.
Supervisor Corcoran?
Yes.
Councilman Molinelli?
Yes.
Councilman Kauki?
Yes.
Councilman Zambito? Councilwoman Sessa?
Thank you. Resolution 58, to amend the fee schedule. Supervisor Corcoran proposes the following, whereas the town board maintains a fee schedule that is approved at the yearly reorganization meeting, and whereas the town of Marlborough Planning Board Chairman requested escrow fees to increase due to increased cost of professional services causing insufficient funds. Be it resolved, the town board intends to amend the fee schedule to increase the following escrow fees. Residential subdivision, single-family or townhouse, has went from $750 to $1,500. Residential site plan, multifamily apartment or condos changes from $750 to $1,500. Commercial subdivision changes from $600 to $1,000. Commercial site plan changes from $1,000 to $2,000. All other site plan reviews goes from $750 to $1,500, and lot line revisions go from $600 to $1,000. And just for everybody understanding, right, if you don't use all these fees, you get reimbursed the remaining balance. So it's not like we keep the money. So it's just though this helps us not have to keep tracking down people for money because their escrow fees are always in the rear, as they say. So, and moves for its adoption.
Councilman Molinelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sessa?
Yes.
Councilman Kauki?
Yes.
Councilman Zambito? Supervisor Corcoran?
Yes. Resolution 59 to amend the fee schedule. Supervisor Corcoran proposes the following, whereas the town board of the town of Marlborough maintains a fee schedule that is approved at the yearly reorganization meeting, and whereas the New York legislation S.739A/A.6300A amends the domestic relations law to enable individuals 18 years of age or older to apply for permission to be designated as an official in order to solemnize a particular couple's marriage. And whereas per the new law, the town clerk shall issue a day marriage officiating license. Be it resolved that the new $25 fee entitled one-day marriage officiating license be added to the fee schedule, and moves for its adoption.
Councilman Molinelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sessa? Councilman Kauki?
Yes.
Councilman Zambito? Supervisor Corcoran?
Yes. And Resolution 60, to appoint a full-time dispatcher. Supervisor Corcoran proposes the following, whereas the town of Marlborough Police Department has 2 open full-time dispatcher positions, and whereas currently there is not an eligible civil service list available or a scheduled test, and whereas a petition may be filed by a qualified applicant on a provisional basis. Be it resolved that it is the recommendation of the Chief of Police to appoint Kara Shear as a provisional full-time dispatcher effective immediately. Be further resolved that Kara Shear must compete in the civil service examination and be reachable when the eligible list is established.
Is she part-time now, Chief?
She is part-time.
So I interviewed her as a part-timer, right?
Yes. She'll be replacing Jasmine.
The one that,
Jasmine was appointed provisional.
Yep.
She ended up leaving to go to Delaware State Police.
right, I heard that.
Just backfilling. She
How long has it been since they've had a civil service?
Oh my God,
Been a while.
a long time.
A long time, right?
And
since
they
before
did
COVID.
get one, and we're pending the results, but I hear there's only like 33 people on the list, the entire county list. So, we're hoping.
And moves for its adoption.
Councilman Molinelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sessa?
Yes.
Councilman Kauki?
Yes.
Councilman Zambito? Supervisor Corcoran?
Yes.
All right.
And Resolution 61, to appoint a part-time police officer for the purpose of attending the police academy. Supervisor Corcoran proposes the following, whereas the Chief of Police requests the appointment of Dylan
I can't wait to hear this.
Parazic. And that's I even
Parazic.
asked him how to say that name. As a part-time police officer for the purpose of attending the Ulster County Police Academy. Now therefore be resolved that Dylan Parazic be appointed as part-time police officer to attend the Ulster County Police Academy effective immediately. And me and Eddie interviewed him. He's very young, man, but he's a good, oh my God.
Well, yeah,
I mean, he's 21, but
He's a third of my age.
I think he maybe looked like he was 18.
Yeah, he had a baby face.
But he was a really nice young gentleman.
Now, he's gonna, how many more weeks does he have for the academy?
He graduates,
Definitely made me feel old.
July 2nd.
And then he puts in how many hours with us before he?
So then he attends phase 2, which is 2 weeks of instructional. Then he has to do 178 hours of field training here.
Right.
And then once we sign off on his field training, he submits for his certificate, and he'll be eligible to be permanent part-time here.
Okay.
And moves for its adoption.
Councilman Molinelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sessa? Councilman Kauki?
Yes.
Councilman Zambito? Supervisor Corcoran?
Yes. And at this time, we're going to go into executive sessions. There will be no decisions made in executive session, so there's no need for anybody to stay around. After we come out of executive session, we will presume the meeting and then go right to adjournment. So I need a motion to go to executive session.
I'll make a motion to go to executive session.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, thank you.